The University Concert Series has a legacy here at Mizzou, 118 years in the making, united now with Mizzou Arts to bring the transformative power of arts, music, and performance to campus and the Columbia community. I'm Rachael Norden, and in this episode of Thinking Out Loud, we'll chat with Paul Anderson II, a graduate teaching assistant at the MU School of Music, on a concert they've got coming up here in just about a week in conjunction with the University Concert Series. So without any further ado, let's tune in.
So, for starters, our Choral Union Symphonic Chorus, that's the full name, but we typically just call it Choral Union. It's a sort of town and gown choir where members from the community are singing with us, as well as students from the university. But something very unique about our concert this fall is we're involving every single choral ensemble here at the university with this concert on November the 20th, because we'll be having a guest conductor come and conduct the entire concert, Dr. Andre Thomas, whom we like to refer to as a living choral legend. He's legendary. If memory serves, I think they used to have a mural of him up in the Tallahassee airport because he's just that larger-than-life figure, but such an amazing and sweet human being.
Wow.
And fantastic composer. So that's the really short part of it. The running joke I like to tell people is Dr. Thomas feels like he's either everybody's teacher or their teacher just because he's touched so many different lives, including Dr. Brandon Boyd, our director of choral activities, as well as our visiting professor of choral music education, Dr. Adam Potter as well. Both of them studied underneath him at Florida State University. So that's our concert happening on the 20th, and happy to talk a little bit more about what we'll be doing there as well.
Yeah. So looking at the event, you mentioned all of the different ensembles you're going to have there, and it really is just going to be this massive concert. I saw you're going to be featuring the Choral Union, and you've got a couple of guest artists featured as well.
Yes. So we have two guest artists coming in with us. We have our University Symphony Orchestra, which is housed in the School of Music, will be the orchestral forces for that concert. But our two guest artists are going to be Jermaine Manor and Nagwanda Nobles. So they'll both be coming in and joining us. Nagwanda has performed all over the country, I dare say all over the world, as well as Jermaine Manor as well, has performed all over the country. They are fantastic singers, fantastic human beings. I've been fortunate enough to hear them live at least once or twice in my lifetime. I won't go ahead and count on my hand how often, but they're fantastic and dynamic musicians and singers, and we're excited to welcome them with us, as well as with Dr. Thomas coming in to spend some time with us, all of our ensembles.
Yeah. I'm also familiar with them as vocalists, and truly, both as a soprano and a tenor, they are outstanding vocalists. So when I saw them performing with you guys, I was like, this is going to be a great program. You mentioned the University Symphony Orchestra under Dr. John McKeever, but then I was also intrigued by the other list of ensembles that you have: the University Singers, the Sankofa Chorale, Hit Street Harmony, and the Concert Chorale.
Yes, and I'm in the fortunate position in my time here at the School of Music. I've sung with all of these ensembles and worked with all of them, and they're all very unique in each of what they're called to do. So our University Singers, it's kind of our flagship ensemble, if you will. They perform any number of works per year, per semester. Typically, we have some more chamber works that will be singing with a larger ensemble with the University Singers, but they're the ones who will go out and perform at all these different conferences and events and do runouts. Next, we have our Concert Chorale, which is also a larger ensemble, and they typically will do works not just for mixed chorus, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass, but sometimes they'll split and do works just for soprano and altos for treble chorus, and tenor and bass as well. And then we have Sankofa Chorale, which is our newest ensemble in the choral department, where they typically focus on music of the Black experience, either music composed or arranged by Black composers or poets, or things that line up with some of that cultural history. And they just had a concert, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, and so they're preparing to join us on this as well. And lastly is Hit Street Harmony, which, shameless plug, I'm the director of this year. They're our vocal jazz and sometimes contemporary a cappella ensemble through the School of Music. So to bring all of these groups together in one performance is something that really only happens once a year with Family Weekend, where they're doing their own smaller sets. But this year we all get to perform together, learn a massive, large work, as well as have some feature things that happen for individual ensembles too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that all of the ensembles were distinctly local. I thought maybe you were bringing them in as guest artists as well. So the idea, the fact that we have all of these different ensembles right here in Columbia and they're all coming together. That's really impressive. That's really exciting. Okay, so the event is, you said, Thursday, November 20th.
Yes.
Could you give me a little bit more details about like ticket cost, where to go, where it's at?
Absolutely. So the event is November the 20th, and it is actually through the concert series here. So you can purchase your tickets through the University of Missouri's concert series. You can purchase those online. I'm not sure if you can go in person to the box office, but that would definitely be worth doing some investigation and maybe giving a phone call. But we encourage everyone to go ahead and procure their tickets now because we're expecting that there'll be a lot of people there. Because if you have a world-renowned conductor who is one of the associate conductors for the London Symphony Orchestra coming to Columbia, Missouri, why wouldn't you want to take this opportunity?
Why wouldn't you? And I mean, so it's at Jesse Auditorium, and that right there already tells me that y'all are expecting a big crowd, a big stage and a big crowd for this event, rightfully so. So tickets available through the University Concert Series, probably through the box office. I'll double check that. And at Jesse Auditorium on Thursday, November the 20th. So now that we have all that information out there, I would love to hear, if you're able to, give me just a little bit more of a spotlight into what kind of programming we can expect.
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite parts. As a conductor, as a singer, as a musician, as a lover of music, the music is always the thing that draws people in. And I keep talking about Dr. Thomas because when you consider somebody writing a song or writing a piece of music, regardless of the genre, that's a huge undertaking. But we'll be performing several of Dr. Thomas's smaller works that we call octavos, standalone songs that have really been kind of his best hits throughout the years, but we'll also be performing his large work entitled Mass. And his Mass is a celebration of, let me make sure I'm quoting this correctly, it's a celebration of love and joy. So this is a very large work. It was premiered officially a few years ago, maybe 5 or so, right before the pandemic. And it's a larger work, so it has multiple different movements there. It's not your standard Mass because it's infused with some gospel stylings as well. If you've ever heard of the Robert Ray Gospel Mass, this is heavily influenced by that. And in fact, Robert Ray and Andre Thomas knew each other and they were very good friends. And if you're a St. Louis person, you should know Robert Ray, you should definitely know that. So I think they'll enjoy that as well. But we're really kind of going at this concert in multiple different parts here. So some of the concert will feature the orchestra with the Mass, of course, and then other parts will feature some smaller groupings of ensembles, whether that's Choral Union by themselves, or Concert Chorale plus Choral Union, or Hitch Street Harmony plus Sankofa Chorale. So everyone has a chance to kind of shine and experience different facets of Dr. Thomas's music. I won't go through every single thing on the list of the
Sure,
program.
we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, definitely no spoilers here. No spoilers at all, but hopefully it'll be a good sampling of just a few of the things that Dr. Thomas has done. And how often do you get to hear a piece of music performed and the composer themselves are the ones who are conducting it, and maybe afterwards you might be able to send him a message or take a picture with him. I don't want to speak for him.
Right.
That's what I look forward to.
No promises, but
no promises.
We can cross our fingers and hope.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Paul, for so much for giving us an insight on this event you got coming up. Again, it is the MU Choral Union event happening Thursday, November 20th. You can see them live at Jesse Auditorium on that Thursday at 7 p.m. That's right.
Should be 7, but you might want to get there early.
Might want to get there early. I bet house will open at about 6:30, but no promises there. Show at 7. Again, that's Thursday, November 20th for the MU Choral Union. Paul, thank you again for chatting with me today. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We hope to see some of you there.
Learn more and get your tickets now at concertseries.missouri.edu. Don't miss this awesome concert from the MU Choral Union on November 20th at Jesse Auditorium, 7 p.m. Again, that's concertseries.missouri.edu. I'm Rachael Norden, and you've been listening to Thinking Out Loud from KBIA 91.3 FM.
story.